Well, when you think about it, a lot of our greats came from executives that are of the culture.
Factory settings.
You know what I'm saying?
Factory settings.
Now, when you got all these executives that are outside of the culture, it's a different result.
We're not viewed as a culture anymore.
You know what I'm
We're seen as a
saying?
commodity.
But when you think about the greats, most of them came from somebody that was in the culture.
Yeah.
Part, you know what I mean?
But there's a gap. There's a space of time where there's been a gap.
Yeah. For a lot
where
of
the
reasons.
music you're
man.
hearing isn't coming from anyone connected in the culture.
Yeah. Because it's
no one knew.
Money and algorithms, bro.
Mm.
I like that title.
Yeah.
It's money and
Money and
That's an
algorithms.
album or a song.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a record.
One quick thing I want to touch on, ask about, because this is major. He's like going to be years down the line studied. Suge, what happened? What happened with Suge?
Like what?
The whole thing. Like, I mean, for me personally, I think the world want to know. Like, we watched him go from, you know, one of hip hop's top moguls to now locked away. Was that a conspiracy? Was he set up for someone he was, you know, that was right with you? You know, like, what's your whole take on what happened with Suge?
I just think Suge, man, when I look back at some of the things he did, I understand him. You know what I mean? He was really in those offices like, you're not about to enslave me. You know what I mean? You're not about to treat me like the that makes jungle music and you got to deal with me just because the records are selling. You're going to respect me. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people were anti that. And I personally feel when he got out of jail after serving his 6-year sentence, I feel like it was almost like a secret meeting took place that said, hey, we can't let him get no more power. You know what I mean? Because he still had all the money in the world. He had enough juice to do whatever he wanted to, as far as publicity goes and promotion goes, but a lot of other doors were shut. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like when him and Irv and Jay Prince said that they were going to create a distribution company for the culture, that's when they was like, we got to stop these guys. We can't allow that. You know, and then things start falling like dominoes. Everybody starts catching cases. It seems like it. It feels like it. I could be totally wrong, but he did allow me to sit in meetings with him when he was in meetings with top players in the game. You know what I'm saying? And it was way different than I thought it would be. I thought the East hated Suge. When I came over here my first time with Suge, knowing what happened between Tupac and Biggie, I was like, man, we gonna be ducking bullets when we get over there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I was surprised to find out that a lot of people had love for Suge because of what he represented as a black man and a mogul.
Yeah, my opinion of Suge changed over the years.
You know what I'm saying? And that's and I was able to see a lot. I sat in offices with whoever you want to think about, and I just played the wall and got to just pick up game. He was smart with the business. He was really smart. He knew how to get the money for the art. You know what I mean? And I feel like, you know, a couple of different decisions and he'd be here right now. You know what I mean? But like I said, I always got love for him because he did something that Joell said a lot of other labels wasn't doing. They wasn't trying to come and help us, take us out of the trenches. You know what I mean? And he did it. He didn't waste no time. I almost signed the Aftermath while I was having conversation with Dr. Dre when I was young. You know what I mean? And Dre was like, yo, you know, a couple, you know, my homie Big C Style took me over there. And Dre was putting out King T. This is right before he signed M. And I jumped on the King T album. I'm a teenager. And, you know, Suge when he asked me to come visit him in the penitentiary, and I went up to go visit him, he was like, yo, I got a contract and a check right now. I don't know what everybody else waiting on. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, oh, okay, well, let me check the contract out. We did our deal on the napkin, did different you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I saw how people treated him in there, because this was the point of his incarceration where he had contact visits. So we sitting at the table, people coming up to you, man, thanks, man. My mom, she was able to have that surgery, you know what I'm saying? That money you gave me, you know, that really helped out. And somebody else come up, man, hey, man, thanks, man. My brother got, you know what I mean? And they, you know, they had love for him, and he was helping people out even in there. And that was another thing I asked him. I said, why you don't never talk about all the good shit you do? You know what I'm saying? And he was just like, I ain't tripping. But we was rebuilding nurseries. Every Christmas on death row, we used to take $25,000, $50,000 worth of toys to the children's sick ward and U-Hauls and go give them to the sick kids. You know what I mean? He was doing
this is what we need to hear.
Yeah, he was doing a lot in the community. On Father's Day, he chartered out buses and took them to Compton and put all the children who had an incarcerated father in the bus and took them to go see their father on Father's Day.
Look at that.
That's deep.
You see what I'm
The
saying?
world need to hear this part of the show, because people don't know this. For whatever reason, the narrative is being painted out to destroy his character.
Yeah, he did a lot of great things, man. He did a lot of great things. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So
I'm glad you asked that.
Because that's he's someone else that I've watched in the media for whatever reasons. They're destroying him. You know, they let him rock many years. It was all right what he was doing, but now for whatever reasons he's being destroyed, murdered, assassinated.
Yeah.
And
that
this
type of
man
shit.
could speak on who he is.
Yeah, real talk. That shit is real.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
I remember we had that discussion the last time we sat down.
Yeah. Yeah, we did.
Yeah. I look at Suge in a totally different light. Well, what's next, fellas?
I'm about to get out of here, B. This was fun, son.
Yeah.
Thank y'all.
That's what I'm saying. What's next?
Yeah.
What's next on the way out?
Yeah.
Harbor City,
Harbor
man.
City, Harbor City.
That only came out, what, Friday?
Friday.
Yeah, so we still on Harbor City right now.
Sit at number one,
It's a great album. Oh yeah.
By the way.
We hit number one.
Yeah.
But on the hip hop charts and all that type of shit.
Go.
Yeah, thank you.
And I want to personally thank y'all for not coming up in here with a straw.
I hear you.